Hi, Lee Phillips again. What I want to talk to you about now is a crane that I made. It's great. We have a Hoyer lift, but the Hoyer lift is very awkward compared to the crane. I put it on the bedroom ceiling so that we could move her from her big electric wheelchair. We bring it over to here and then put the sling on her. We'll show you that. And then we can lift her up and the crane moves her over. So the way the crane works is it is built with Unistrut. And I've got a list of all of the parts and everything needed for it. If you want the list, send me an email to lee@alshelptips.com and we'll get you that list out to you. But the crane is pretty cool. The Unistrut is a commercial piece of building material. What they do is they hang it from the ceiling or the walls in commercial buildings, and then they bolt it into the ceiling, and then they hang the pipes and things from it. They clip it into here, and then the pipes just hang down so it runs along the ceiling. But we've used it to construct the crane. Come on over here and show me up here. They have a ball bearing wheel that runs along it, and like I say, these are all in the parts lists. So we get a ball bearing wheel, and then we hang just a regular winch, and the winch is just a Badland 1,500-pound winch. It actually picks Christy up. She's about 130 pounds. But we use it to pick her up with, and it's just a winch. I got the winch at Harbor Freight. You can get them all kinds of places. Then the ball bearing wheels go up in here, and they have the piece that hangs down. So what I did is I went to Lowe's or Home Depot, and I got a heavy L bracket, and then just a bolt and a couple of washers, and we bolt it through the L bracket and then the part that hangs down. So, and then we just bolt it into the winch. There are actually pre-drilled holes in the winch, so we just put a bolt there and bolt it on. So now we have the winch, and it slides along any way we want it. This is just a board that I put up to move it with, and that's actually useless, so I ought to take it down. Well, that kind of took it down. But at any rate, we use don't pull it by the cords or you'll rip the electrical wiring out of it, but we use the hoist itself and then the bar to move it back and forth. Then what I've done is on the beams in the ceiling, I took just grabber screws and put them up in. Now I had to actually drill holes through the grabber screw, or through the Unistrut, because it has big spaces in it. I guess I could have gotten a washer or something, but I drilled holes, took an electric drill and a bit, and drilled holes through the Unistrut. They don't have to be exact or anything, just big enough to let your grabber screw through and then catch on the head of the grabber screw. So these are bolted into the trusses in the ceiling, or the beams in the ceiling. And I did every couple of 18 inches or 2 feet, and so there are maybe 10 or about 6, 7 in this 10-foot piece. So it's a 10-foot by 10-foot space that we can pick her up and drop her in. In order to keep these two that the hoist is on apart, I put put 3 boards actually along it, and I put the boards all together and clamped them, and then I drilled down through them to put the Unistrut up in. They have a clamp that actually hangs the Unistrut, It has a bolt up in the, a space for a bolt up in the top, and I dropped, I put it on, and then it's made to actually hold the unistrut. Now that's in the instructions as well. I drilled the holes so that they'd be exactly the same. I drilled all 3 holes, all 3 boards at the same time. You only needed 1 hole because it just drops them down. On the boards going across, there is another set of ball bearings, wheels. Now they don't have the hanging down part like this, so we've bolted up into the ball bearing wheel and had it hang down. Then we've put the boards on it like that. Let me get the phone.